Hi guys, welcome again. So if you guys have not listened to the previous point of view theory videos for Blue from Events of Jurassic World, then you should definitely go check them out. They're going to be available in the cards for this video. The raptors in Jurassic World were so unique because they had their own personalities, and being that 3 of them are dead, I think that it would be great to pay them tribute in giving them each their own point of view theories. So before I conclude the story of Jurassic World, I'm going to be making several videos covering the points of views from the different raptors aside from Blue, because I think they deserve their own as well. This will help you understand the reasoning behind why they do what they do. The last time we left off, we were seeing things from Blue's perspective, but in this one, we're going to be covering Delta's perspective. So sit back, relax, listen, and enjoy. He's right in front of us. I could kill him right now. Charlie inquires what's going on, what's the plan. Blue doesn't seem to be interested in making a move. I'll tell you what's happening, Charlie. What's happening is that we're really going to see if this alpha deserves to be our alpha. An alpha doesn't demand respect. An alpha shows why he must be respected. I'm not a fool. I can tell by the way Blue's hesitating that she does not want to challenge Owen. She's a coward. I love my sister, but someday her softness is going to get us all killed. I see things. I may not understand humans to the degree that she does, but I also know when humans have bad intentions, and there are most of them around us that have bad intentions. And this Owen thing, he likes to rub haunches with them. Blue admonishes me not to make a move without her, but I know that she has no intention of actually making a move. Finally, Owen charges, and then that's when Blue decides to go after him. I try to push in front of her, and I notice she puts herself in between me and Owen to prevent me from attacking him. She had no intention of attacking him. Stupid idiot. We have a little tussle afterwards. I confront her about her dependence on the humans and how blind she is to all of it. I tell her that I respect her as the alpha for now, but there's going to come a time when she realizes that the humans aren't what they say they are, or what she thinks they're saying to her that they are. I don't even know. I don't even know if I should believe her. Half of the things that she says, is she just interpreting what the humans are saying it because it's what she wants to hear or believe? Because I see bad in them. I see danger. My whole idea is, if Owen is really our alpha, shouldn't we be running with him as the pack? He thinks he's above us, that we have to stay here. We're not nestlings anymore. It is a show of blatant disrespect for Owen to keep us here when we're fully functional and able to hunt on our own. And I don't think we're the only ones. I think we're being lied to. But Blue is still convinced that Owen loves us. He must love her. I see the way he looks at her, and the way he looks at us. Yeah, sure, he feeds us and takes care of us, but he looks at us like we're trash. Well, he couldn't be more wrong. Because he's trash. I could easily rip his face from off his face. But something stops me most of the time, in my thoughts, when I'm alone. I know that if I do kill Owen, I would get the alpha role. I would have to challenge Blue for it. But I also know that Blue would be very heartbroken. Charlie and Blue are very fond of Owen. They seem to look up to him like he's some kind of god. I know he's not. On one hand, I want to kill him and break that spell from off of him that he's put them under. And on the other hand, I want to let him live for Blue's sake. But this is killing me. I want to get out. I want to get out of here. I feel like there's so much more that's not being shown to us. After that ordeal, the other sisters come cheer me up. Echo's always by my side, of course. But we laugh and we play for a while and we make up. Yeah, I may smile in their presence, for a time, even though I think playing is beneath us. We're adults now. But I also don't forget. I never forget. Alright guys, I need some alone time. Oh, come on, Delta. I said I'm sorry. I know, Blue. I get it, okay? Great. Good for you. I'm not in the mood to play right now. Alright, says Blue, getting up and wagging her tail very slightly. Well, you know where to find me. I do love you, Delta. Whatever, I reply. I don't like showing affection. It makes me feel weak. I don't know why she feels the need to. Blue is so different from the rest of us, and it's kind of nauseating. I mean, there's something refreshing about it, but at the same time, it's like, why are you doing that? Why is that necessary to do? She knows I care for her, but only as long as it benefits us. It doesn't make sense to invest your emotions into something that's not going to be advantageous to you later. It's just a waste of time and a waste of potential. Well, Blue takes off with Charlie, and Echo looks after them. She looks back at me and decides to follow me. What's going on, Delta? I'm fine, Echo. I really mean it. I just want some alone time. Oh, stop it. You can't fool me. Talk to me. What is it? I know how you are when you fester with things. I give Echo a cold, dead stare. But no matter what I do, Echo's never scared of me. She respects me, but she's grown past the point where she knows that I'm not going to ever really hurt her. She's on my side, and she's a good sister. I gotta give her that. At least she hears all sides, and at least she sees where I'm coming from. I'm not trying to become Blue's enemy. Of course I can't become Blue's enemy. She is my sister after all. But Echo also knows that there's something more to what Blue sees as well. Not just because she can talk to humans and understand them means that she knows anything. Well, I always think of it this way. If she can understand what the humans are saying, then she can be lied to by them. There is something to be said for a language barrier. Because when you can't understand the language of another species, all you have to go on is what's right in front of you. The one thing that cannot lie to you. Instinct. Bodily expressions. Facial expressions. And of course, the way that they smell. When Owen was in front of us not long ago, I felt the same smell on him that I smelled on that pink fuzzy thing and on the human that dropped into our enclosure right before him. Fear. Why would he be afraid of us if he was an alpha? Why would he be afraid of us if he had the ability to subdue us? Simple answer. He doesn't. Blue may think I'm crazy, but what I deduce from that is if he's afraid of us because he thinks we can hurt him, then how the hell can he protect us? Echo nuzzles my neck. Come on, Delta, talk to me. It's me. I'm not going to tell Blue or Charlie, I promise. I look up at her, and then I look up at the tower in front of us, where Owen usually stands. I have a bad feeling, Echo. I keep it to myself because I know how Blue is, but I have a really bad feeling. A bad feeling about what? About all of this. About where we are, about the stupid humans, about Blue. I just feel like some bad shit's gonna happen. Why do you feel that? Because you're angry? No, Echo, because I see things. I see things that other people don't see. I'm tired of people looking at me because, yeah, I may be a little bit on edge. I may be a little fiery, but I see shit. I see things that other people do not see because they're so caught up in intellect and education, and that's great. Learning, learning, learning. They're always gathering so much knowledge that they're failing to see what's right in front of their face. It's like Blue's lost her instinct. And I know that we have it, but Blue is more like the humans and she's like us. Thankfully, Echo just listens to me ramble on rather than cutting in. She nods her head slowly and then looks up at me. I see it. My eyes wide open, I look back at her in surprise. I know that Echo usually stands up for me and supports me, but I didn't expect her to actually understand where I was coming from. You do? Well, yeah. I respect both of you, and I think you would have made an even better alpha because you're willing to face the truth much more quickly than Blue is. And I think you're right. There's more that we're not being let on. We are of age now. I mean, we should be out there with our alpha. I just know it. Running with him. Yet he keeps us in here, and it almost seems like he's trying to hide something from us. I continue. Yeah, hide something from us. What could he be hiding? I don't know. You tell me, Delta. I direct my gaze back up to the tower and then back to my striped sister. Echo, I'm really tired. I mean, I really did mean it when I said I wanted to be alone. Really? I know she worries about me. She's good for me. Where I tend to be more on edge and hair-triggered, she's more mellow and a welcome neutral observer and commenter to our arguments. I walk some distance away and curl up between two ferns. I observe the humans walking to and fro. Our hunting gate is still open, and so I head in that direction. I hold my head low to the ground to avoid detection as much as possible. I notice the chubby human that confronted Owen earlier. I could tell from his body language that he looked down on us. But Owen's body language was what was more interesting to me. I might not be able to understand what he's saying, but I can definitely understand that he wants to fight someone. He wants to fight this chubby human. I look over the large gate that keeps us inside this place. I always tell Echo that we have no idea what's on the outside. I can smell water, even though it smells differently than the water we drink. It's so close, and based on the smells that keep wafting in from day to day, I can tell there was a much larger world than even the one that Owen goes to each day. I want to believe Blue. I know that part of her is blinded by her emotions. She wants to think all humans are good because she likes Owen and he likes her. The truth is probably that he's using us for his own benefit. Not that it's bad, because I believe it's good for us to use each other, but it seems as though he's the only one getting something out of it. I can't deny that Blue is smart, and I'm not going to completely toss out everything that she's taught us. I'm just as important to her as she is to all of us. She does understand humans, and she has been right about a lot of things, but maybe that's gotten to her head. Delta? What is it, Echo? Come on, sweetheart. I know you wanted to be alone, but we're being summoned. Perfect timing. Every now and then, Owen and the other darker human ask us to put our heads in these things that keep us still. I know the reason they probably do this is because they're afraid we'll bite their faces off, but Blue says it's to make sure that we're healthy. Sometimes they'll clean our teeth or stroke our faces, and I'm not gonna lie, it feels good, but sometimes it feels a bit degrading. When I was younger, I used to look forward to stuff like this because, I have to face it, the humans can do stuff with their forearms that we can't do for ourselves. I meet with my sisters in the central area. I see Charlie and Echo playing a hop game where they take turns hopping into each other to see which one can knock the other as far back as possible. Hey Delta, yells out Blue when she sees me elegantly joining in. Would you knock that off? I say, completely ignoring Blue. Blue looks over at Echo and Charlie, who blatantly pretend that they have not heard me. Owen calls out commands, and even though I can't understand him, I know exactly what he wants us to do. Can we decide not to? Delta, you do this every single time. I just don't see what's the sense of doing it now. Didn't they just do it a few days ago? Think of it as a massage. I glare at Blue with the most petulant stare I can muster. Well, I don't. Sucks to be you then. You know what, Blue? Shut the hell up. Reluctantly, I place my head in its bar. That ugly, chubby human is back, and I take a good look at him. There's something about him that just makes me want to rip into him. Usually, animals give you a clear understanding what they're all about by the way they portray themselves. If they're afraid, they smell of fear, and their outward appearance reflects that. If they're sad, the same goes. If they're confident, angry, etc., they all reflect that on the outside. But this thing standing in front of me is different. He's a mixture of all sorts of things. He's afraid, but yet he's trying to show that he's confident. He's aggressive, but yet he's trying to show that he's not, and it makes me feel very uneasy around him. I don't like this dishonesty. I mean, I'm a simple creature. Whatever I feel is what I show. And usually that's what I've noticed with my siblings. Except Blue, that is. Delta, are we good? Asks Blue. Why do you ask? What's wrong with asking? You're always angry, and I don't know, Blue. It doesn't matter what I tell you, because you're just gonna discount what I say anyway. That's not true, Delta, unless you're being negative about the same thing we talk about every single day. Because it's important. Please, don't fight now, guys. Let's just enjoy our bath, Charlie chimes in. Charlie is still naive and innocent, and I feel more than ever that I need to protect the rest of the pack from the way Blue dreams. After our cleaning session is over, I huff and make a beeline back to my spot between the ferns. Blue cut in front of me and stares me down. This makes me mad. Delta, I just want to talk. I know that something's been on your mind, and I feel like you're gonna end up doing something stupid. Get the hell out of my way right now, or I'm going straight through you. Delta, hear me out. That's it. I don't have the patience for this. I quickly open my jaws and close them around Blue's neck. I hear Charlie screaming in distress, begging for us to stop. Charlie tries to bump into me to get me to let off of Blue, but I see a quick blur as Echo pushes our screaming sibling out of the way. Charlie, stop. Let them do their thing. No, we're supposed to be a pack. We're supposed to love each other. Sometimes these things need to happen, and Blue had it coming. Blue's neck is very thick, and so my bites seem to not do as much damage, as I expect them to anyway. Blue growls and thrashes her neck from side to side, trying to get me to let go. She follows up by kicking out with each leg to try and scratch me in my stomach. I let go off her neck so I can scratch her with the claws on my hands. She bites down on my neck, or at least tries to. Delta, cut it out now! My anger levels just keep climbing, and I let out an enraged screech. I jump high into the air and land back on the ground. Without hesitating, I ram my head straight into Blue's chest. She grabs me with her arms, bites down onto the back of my neck, and then purposely uses my momentum to fall onto her back and roll me over so she can toss me behind her. It was such a smooth motion that she's suddenly now on top of me, clawing at my face. I try to bite down on her fingers. I nab one and she screams out. She responds to this by stomping on my stomach, and I kick out into hers. Both of us are biting at each other's necks, but I can't get Blue off me because she's so much heavier. She finally clamps down on my neck, and the more I struggle, the faster I start to lose my breath. Are you gonna stop now? Get off me, or I'm gonna kill you! You're not in the position to make a threat like that, Delta. I can easily end your life, and I'm not gonna do that because you're my sister. I don't care how mad I am. I'm not gonna kill you. Get your fat ass off me, you big blue bitch! Delta, that's not a nice word! I hear Charlie say. You would think that this would make me more angry, but honestly, it just makes me feel amused. Despite myself, I begin to laugh. Blue slowly lets go off me and looks down at me, still straddling my body. I laugh out loud and Blue starts laughing too. Count on Charlie to always break up a fight by saying some stupid shit, I say. You guys done now? Asks Echo as she comes in closer to us. I guess we'll see. Get off me, I say to Blue, kicking her off. This time she relents. If I really wanted to kill Blue, I would have. But how would that serve us at this moment? By now, we're all laughing and shoving each other. You guys seriously need to chill, says Charlie. Well, Delta's usually the one that starts the fights. Oh, shut up, Blue. That's you all the way thinking you're hot. Please, I beat you 9 times out of 10. Because your fat ass makes it so no one can move. More uproarious laughter. I'm not fat, I'm big-boned, Blue replies. Big bone my cloaca, I reply. All of us laugh and jeer. It actually feels good for us to be in a good mood. Maybe I really just need to let off some steam or something. My laughter fades because through the noise of our merrymaking, I hear something. When I grabbed that pink fuzzy thing, I was like, damn! I know, I was wondering what that was though. Echo, what did you do with it? Did you swallow all of it? What? No, Blue. So where is it? She sent it flying. Probably. Or maybe Owen took it. I didn't see him grab it though. Blue,
wouldn't.
You were too focused on him not wanting to get ripped.
Exactly.
Little bit. No, but seriously, I can't find it. Was it still alive? And now, for the disappearing act of the pink fuzzy thing that Echo made disappear in one bite. Charlie. Everybody shut the hell up! I tried to hone in some more on the noise that I kept hearing. Did you see the way that Owen was looking at us? Like, yeah. I was actually legit scared. Like, what do you think would have happened if he decided to stay and challenge us? Yeah, I don't know, but it wouldn't have been good.
For sure. I don't think we should be
entertaining scenarios like that, to be honest. Shut up! My sisters all fall silent. I know this must be confusing for them, but what they don't realize is that I hear something very peculiar coming from the outside, something I've not heard before. It's the sound of mass panic. Delta, what's wrong? Asks Echo. She knows where the invisible Pinky is. Charlie, I'm serious. Shut up. My sisters stand next to me and look over the fence. It takes me a while to realize why they're doing this until I understand that they're just mimicking what I was doing moments ago. Do you guys hear that? Yes. Blue is now completely serious as she answers me. We look at each other and then proceed to run up closer to the entrance of our enclosure. We then hear the sound of what is probably thousands of humans screaming. What the hell? Echo whispers. What's going on up there? Inquires Blue. I have no idea, but it doesn't sound good. Delta, don't you see? This is probably what Owen was training us for. For the next few hours, all we hear is chaos and destruction, and it's maddening not being able to see what's going on. Is Owen coming back for us? Of course he is, Charlie. Do not lie to her, Blue. We're on our own. Whatever is happening out there, it's gonna come in here, eventually. He'll come back, Delta. He's our alpha. I charge at Blue and tackle her. She stands strong like a rock and fails to fall back. Instead, she snaps at me, forcing me to recoil. Blue, think! He's probably dead too. That sound, everybody, that we heard earlier was the sound of things dying. It's not just humans, it's other creatures too. My stress level has gone up. Maybe Owen's hunting, Charlie says in a whimpering moan. I know she's scared, but enough is enough. I grab the back of her neck and shake her violently until Blue has to step in. Don't do that, Delta! She needs to wake up and be real. Growing up time is now. We've tried ways before to escape this enclosure in our early days, and every time we almost got over it, they made changes to keep us trapped in here. Blue is always ever convinced that this is a test to keep us strong. This never stopped us from trying, and now I urge the pack to follow me to do so. Right then and there, we hear some noise headed straight for us. Oh no, it's here! Screams Charlie. But imagine my surprise when we see Owen at the tower bridge looking down at us. I look over at Blue because I can just feel her staring at me. She smiles. See, it's time. This is what he was training us for. In that moment, I wonder whether or not I've been wrong about Owen and Blue. Blue leads us to where Owen is telling us to go. After the humans make some adjustments to our enclosure, Owen then orders them to load us in. Our heads are placed in the vices that they usually are in, and Owen and the dark human put something on our heads. I remember this. It's a training exercise we used to do when we were younger. We don't do it as much, but it's when Owen wants us to find something. I yipe in excitement. Maybe I had him all wrong, or maybe he's just sacrificing us to whatever's out there. I mean, there's no way to really know if we should trust him or not. We're loaded into a tight box each. Owen walks by. He means business. This is not training, and I can tell. Are we gonna go out there? Asks Charlie. I'm too stunned and anxious to answer. My breathing seems to slow after Owen passes a piece of flesh past our faces while we wait in the box. He wants us to find it, or whatever it belongs to, but that's unlike anything I've ever smelled. Should be easy, because it stands out. I look straight ahead. Hey, Delta. What? We're gonna get to finally do that run that you want so much, says Blue. I can tell that she's smiling. I look straight ahead. And then, the doors to our boxes fly open.